Hey guys, welcome back to Otterwood Games. Thomas here, and this week I just wanted to do a little bit of a hobby update and kind of where I'm at. We're right around the midpoint of February. Happy Valentine's Day. Hopefully, if you have a significant other, you remembered that. If you're watching this on day of the release. If you're watching after the day of release and you happen to forget about that, well, good luck. Basically today I just wanted to talk through kind of some hobby updates that have been going on. So firstly, with my Chaos Knights, Bigfoot is basically done. It's just been some odd weather days and I just haven't had a good time to put the final sealant on him. And that's what I really need to do before I put him together. But everything's painted. It's just doing that, basing him, and then putting him in his final pose. And getting him ready for transport and that sort of thing. Next up on Chaos Knights is Mothman. So Mothman is currently in basically full sub-assembly right now. I'm working through priming him the rest of the way. So I know I've mentioned this maybe in the past, but I actually do typically hand brush the primer on all of my models. So this is Mothman's torso with his wings. One thing I am a little concerned about is the epoxy putty on his back is quite heavy. It's a bit heavier than I kind of thought it would be, at least like on that model. So I will need to either figure out a way to counterbalance that or pin him in a way that's more feasible. He actually will stand like on the standard legs, but I was thinking about posing a little bit differently. So we'll kind of see how that goes. But another thing I did for him kind of on the kit bashing spectrum is I took the typical Defiler, I think it's the Defiler kind of helmet mask, and instead of putting it as tusks, I shaved down the pins and put them as horns to give him, one, I think a really cool look, but also, given that he is Mothman, he needs antennae. And yeah, I mean, other than that, he's just pretty much in sub-assembly right now and getting ready to paint him up. I think when I go to the shop this week, I'll be working on painting. I have a birthday party to go to, so I won't be able to stay the whole time to get games in. So we'll probably focus more on that and getting them painted. But that's my Warhammer side of my hobby. But for Magic the Gathering, which I've gotten a bit more into in the past few weeks, just had more time to play and more time to kind of tool around with some stuff. I've actually started to look into cube construction. So for those of you that may not know what cube is, it's basically a format where you build a much larger set of cards, usually between like 380 upwards to 750 or more. And it's typically singleton and it's a drafting format. So basically you're effectively almost building a set for people to draft in. It's just come up with my group of friends that it's something that they're into, at least the drafting side of house. So I'm working towards that. It's been really cool. It's been really fascinating kind of deciding what cards to include and what not to include. But we are moving it more in the direction of making it a commander cube. So basically you'll have one pack, or what I plan to do is you'll basically start your pool with Command Tower, Soul Ring, Commander Sphere, maybe Arcane Signet, we'll kind of see. You'll start with those cards and then you'll draft like normal. One pack will be all legendary creatures or planeswalkers that can be your commanders, along with some extra kind of tidbits I'm thinking about adding in, such as cards that will add to a commander's identity or allow you to swap colors within your identity, just to make it be a little bit more feasible to play the commanders you want and be able to draft some extra colors to help bolster that. And then you'll draft probably potentially three other packs of 15 or 20, and it'll just be standard draft, pick one pass, and then we'll build decks of 60 plus your commander or commanders in the command zone. And that's kind of the idea right now. I've been using Cube Cobra online just to kind of track some of the cards. A lot of it's coming out of my personal collection, but there's about 100 or so cards that I'll need to order just to finish it out, get the lands and everything I need for being able to accommodate the cube and that sort of deal. And one thing that is the most annoying, I think, is just getting the sleeves to sleeve it all, because I do have some somewhat expensive cards that'll be in there, and also I'm just a big sleeve player. I don't like playing without sleeves, so I would want my cube to be fully sleeved. But yeah, that's kind of just been what I've been working on the past week or so. So let me know down in the comments how your February goals are going, or even just your goals for 2026. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next week.